Hello everyone, it's Christian, and I'm back. I'm here in Matlacha, Florida, just near Cape Coral, and I'm doing a review on the bottle palm, or Hyophorbe lagenicaulis, and that guy is wearing a hat of some sort. It's interesting. Anyway, so we're here. The hurricane definitely hit harder here than it did up in the Sarasota area, so you would expect more damage. However, bottle palms naturally are, Hyophorbe's in general are all endemic to Reunion and Mauritius, that area. It's in the Indian Ocean, east of Madagascar, and that place gets slammed by cyclones on a yearly basis. So these palms are amazingly well at taking on wind. They're amazingly wind resistant. So due to their stature, you look at them, they're just very stout, bulky. They got tons of these roots. I don't know, probably because of the rocks you can't see them, but these nice, thick roots that dig into the ground and stay there. They grow on windy, rocky hillsides there, and they're actually highly endangered in habitat. But they handle it every day. They 30 mile an hour winds every single day, full sun. And the leaflets are nice and leathery, and there's not much of it they'll bend all the way back to the trunk. These aren't my plants, so I'm not going to break leaflets of. We're at a restaurant called Michelli's, restaurant pizzeria here in Matlacha, and they're not open now, so this is a good time to do a vlog. So these are the only downside to these palms, that they're relatively cold sensitive. So a frost can definitely turn some of the leaves brown, and a freeze will turn all of the leaves brown. And below 30 degrees or so, they are going to be, below 30 degrees or so, they're definitely going to be possibly damaged to the point where they might actually die. They have a lot of soft tissue right here, and this can all turn to rot when that freeze happens, if it were to happen. Now, if I were able to take all the leaf bases off, they're very tough, and I can only basically do it with a box cutter. But there is some trunk there, and these are juveniles. I'll do a video on mature bottles. There just aren't ones that I can get to that aren't in, so I'm not playing in traffic. I'm already on a main road, but luckily it's an area I can access. So these will eventually seed when they have about double this trunk height, and the seed is going to look like a lima bean, but a little bit thicker. Is the best way I can kind of explain. And they're gonna be green. They're gonna turn kind of an orangish brown, and they'll drop off the peduncular bract there. And they're pretty easy to germinate. Again, well draining soil, lots of heat, lots of water. That's going to be pretty, the go-to model for germinating most palm seeds. There's going to be some I'm going to explain to you that will actually not want as much heat as you can give it. So these blast in the sun, where they're from, and I believe it's Reunion Island or the Mascarene island chain. It's one of those three islands there in the east of Madagascar. I like to be pretty good about habitats, but it's one island in particular. So anyway, the upside to this is if you don't live in a tropical climate, let's see, Ashley's next to this one here. If you don't live in a tropical climate, these can actually do really well in pots. They're amazingly well in pots. In fact, you'll see plenty of these in pots outside of the tropics, and they can be overgrown. In fact, you can put this in a pot not much thicker than the trunk itself. So you can move them in and out of your patio, in and out of your greenhouse. So if you don't want to plant them in the ground, or if you can't plant them in the ground, or if you want to try and cover them, they take a long time to get tall. I can show you guys some really tall bottle palms in Miami that are maybe at 15 feet overall, and you wouldn't know that they're bottles because they don't have the shape of a bottle anymore. In fact, they get a little bit, for lack of a better term, they get a little bit ugly when they get older. So, but this is the look you kind of go for. They get the name bottle palm for obvious reasons. It looks like a big champagne bottle. So it has an awesome look, and they're definitely a solid zone 10, like I mentioned. And when you get this on them, when you get the leaf bases, you can try and cut it off with a razor. Some of the stuff might just peel off, but not much. If you want a clean trunk, you're going to have to kind of go at it and carve away like you're carving at wood. So that's part of the attesting to the strength of the leaf bases and how well they do in a hurricane. But this one here, as you know, this leaf has just died, and they do need trimming there. So this is where, if possibly this broke off inside of here, you would have to deal with possible rot. So that's the only downside, but doesn't look like that's what happened. It just happens to be a dying leaf. But you can trim the old leaf bases to give it a nice clean look. And in full sun, they're gonna have this tight crown, as one of the tightest crowns you'll ever see in a palm. But in some shade, they will get more leggy. And outside of, they're not getting intense sun. If they're getting sun, say up north, in the northern part of the U.S., they'll get a little bit leggier, but they'll still look great. So, with all that said, the sun is blasting down here, and it's definitely going to reach 90 degrees today. And I got a couple other things to do, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions about Hyophorbe or bottle palms in general, go ahead and comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and there will be many more videos like this to come. Have a good day.